Hello, Pokejar. My name is King Pickle, and welcome to another video. Now, Pokemon. We all know it. We all love it. And if you don't know it, why the hell did you click on this video? Leave. Go. Go. Anyway, now, before you go off into the comments, can I just say I do not prefer Generation 1 over other Pokemon generations. In fact, I prefer Generations 4, 3, and 7 before the original Red, Blue, and Yellow. Then again, you really shouldn't be trusting my opinions. I'm not an expert. I mean, you see this? This is a fake light. It doesn't even work. Shit. And yet, even though they're not my favorite Pokemon generation, I still, for some reason, always come back to the original Red, Blue, and Yellow. Easily the game I've replayed the most amount of times, and I don't really get it. I mean, why?
That's right, for some reason this dinky little crappy Game Boy game is the most replayable in the series, and I wanted to figure out why. I mean, if you ask any Pokemon fan what makes the series special, they probably won't have an answer for you because you asked them in the middle of the street and you're not actually sure if they're a Pokemon fan. At least, that's how I feel. I mean, the story is garbage and the gameplay is the depth of a kiddie pool, so I thought listing them would be a good start.
Laying out the things I want in a Pokemon game versus the things I don't. That's right, baby. We're busting out a pros and cons list. Let's go! You come here for the most exciting content on the internet. This isn't going to be one of those video essays where I go over chronologically what happens in the game, because, you know, it's Pokemon. I think you get it. So things I want in a Pokemon game is exploration, great characters / Pokemon designs, good music, and the big D word Pokemon has been ignoring for the past couple games, difficulty. And the things I don't want to see are a complex story, hand-holding, linear game design, and tacked-on mechanics that don't add anything to the actual game, but instead are just there to be a fun little thing on the back of the box. Z moves. Again, Generation 1 is by no means the best Pokemon generation, and mostly because it has a lot of problems and it hasn't really aged well. I mean, the game's extremely unbalanced, and some of the Pokemon designs are a circle, or, ooh, an angry circle. Isn't that creative? Isn't that creative? So, let's go over why I think, as a Pokemon game, Red and Blue tick off all of the boxes. Let's start with the cons that Pokemon is able to avoid. Pokemon is bad at making stories. Gen 5 was solid, so was Gen 4, but other than that, I mean, God, most Pokemon stories are button masher cutscenes, as in I mashed the A button to get through the dialogue, written by a 5-year-old who was too lazy to try. So this leads me to my conclusion that Pokemon should just not have a major story. Like, if my journey through the gym system has to get prolonged because of some fucking evil base, I'm actually going to scream. But Gen 1's story is actually really freaking dope. I mean, you go through the dope little Rocket hideout, and oh, I thought the team bases were dumb. Yeah, but it's different, okay? Team Rocket is really cool. You go through a fun little puzzle in the Shady Casino, and Silphco is really fun, and Giovanni being revealed as the gym leader is actually a really cool twist. It's a lot better than Sword and Shield, where you wander straight down a hallway fighting, I don't know, coughings or something. So don't you dare shit talk Gen 1's story. It's simple, and what they do accomplish is pretty impressive for a Game Boy game. Team Rocket is still the best evil team. Fight me. This game also doesn't hold your hand whatsoever. There's one quick little tutorial on how to catch Pokemon, then you're off into the wilderness. Everything for the most part in the game you have to do. Nobody tells you to go into the basement of the casino. Nobody tells you to buy a bike. Instead, there's little tidbits of information that you can find through talking to townspeople. This is great because it makes me feel like I did it. Hell yeah, I figured out all the little mechanics in this game. The game teaches you how not to be a dum-dum, not the characters in the game. You know, the game design teaches you what to do, not the characters walking up to you and going, "Hey, did you know that you can fucking go gyms? Did you know that?" For example, right after you learn how to catch a Pokemon, you encounter Caterpies and Weedles in Viridian Forest. Naturally, you catch these mostly because they're stupid easy to grab. The game developers know you're going to grab the first Pokemon you see after you learn how to catch them, so coincidentally Caterpie and Weedles both fully evolve at level 10. This way, you're taught how evolution works. At no point in this process does your rival run up to you and say, "Hey Michael, did you know Pokemon can evolve into other forms? Smell you later." No. Because I already know that. Because I already did it. Because I got a Caterpie, who evolves at stupid early levels. So now you're chilling, you got your bug-type Pokemon, and you're ready to face the first gym, and you rightfully get curb-stomped by Brock because he has a Wax Snake, and you have a dopey SB. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how the game teaches you type matchups. So all the main mechanics of Pokemon have just been revealed without 15 cutscenes. This proves my theory that making video games is easy, and that game developers should stop bitching. Backtracking is also used perfectly in this game. I'll make this a bit quick because it's in every other Pokemon game from Gen 1 through 5, but for as crap as HMs are, opening up new sections of the map that you couldn't previously access is satisfying and makes you feel like you're on an adventure. And that leads me to my next point, and one of the strongest aspects of this game, and that's the non-linearity of the Kanto region itself. Look at a map of Galar, and you'll realize that the whole game is just hallways, just a bunch of uninteresting routes till you get to the gym. Also, a bit of a side remark, but ever since Pokemon went 3D, caves have sucked. No more are these epic dungeons with different paths and secrets to find. No, it's just a straight line. Like everything else in this godforsaken region, it's all just hallways. This leads to my conclusion that we should just delete Bryn off of the face of the planet. This is really disappointing, considering Kanto is one of the most well-designed regions in the series. I mean, think of all the little secrets you can find. The optional fighting-type gym leader, getting Flash at the end of Diglett's cave so Walk Tunnel isn't the worst thing imaginable. Also, you can freaking skip the whole Rocket hideout in Celadon City by buying the Pokédoll, and boom, no Silk Scope needed. All these little secrets and moments naturally burn into my brain. The little feelings of excitement mixed with the fact that you actually are encouraged with rewards for your exploration makes the world of Generation 1 feel more alive and satisfying. Heck, in my opinion, one of the reasons Pokemon became so popular was because of all these little secrets and Easter eggs. It made Pokemon feel like a social event where you'd go to school, because this game was targeted to children, and be like, oh, did you know you could fight the fighting type gym leader and get a freaking, I don't know, Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. I think that's really what made this game so nostalgic for people. Alright, this is the big one for Pokemon fans. Say it with me, guys. Difficulty. And yes, I am now editing this video in the future, and forgot to film this bit, and I'm just now realizing that, so I'm quickly finishing this one, okay? I'm not gonna put on a sweatshirt that's dirty, just for some level of continuity, okay? Just deal with it. Difficulty may be the most controversial bit of Gen 1. Is Red and Blue's difficulty unfair bullcrap that stems from broken game mechanics, such as critical hits being based on speed, the lack of dragon and ghost types, or the overpowered psychic types? Maybe, but I don't know, man. While these technical issues are annoying as someone who's been beating these games multiple times, it's not like it's impossible. In fact, the bugs and glitches, in a way, make you have to be more strategic. It's kind of forcing your hand. Having to actually stop and plan my next attack makes the other Pokemon games seem even easier than they already are. I'll even say that Gen 1 is a little bit too easy at parts, like, oh no, I'm facing Lieutenant Surge with all of his electric types. If only there was an overpowered level 29 Dugtrio that I could get right outside his gym. I've never felt smarter in a Pokemon game than when I noticed that Sabrina led with her Abra. Now, what does that mean? Well, Abra doesn't do any attacks, so it basically serves as free XP. So, using my logical skills as a 7-year-old, I was able to get a bunch of X accuracies. Why? Because Nidoking has the move Horn Drill. Horn Drill is a one-hit KO move, but has like 30 damage. So I bought a bunch of X accuracies from Celadon, and then I gave it all to my Nidoking when she sent out her Abra. And I think you see where this is going. Also, a bunch of X speeds would help. And bada boom, bada bing, Sabrina's done. I just really wanted to brag about how smart I was as an 8-year-old. See, that's kind of why I enjoy this game's difficulty so much. Later Pokemon games include the EXP share, which encourages grinding, but in Red and Blue, I barely found myself circling in the grass fighting endless enemies. Once again, you have to strategize every action you take. Sitting down and planning out which Pokemon to use on each tough battle is actually really satisfying. I swapped in my Butterfree into my party so I could put the wild Snorlax to sleep using sleeping powder, before switching out to my other Pokemon. With my current team, should I face Sabrina or Koga first? It's all these little decisions you have to make throughout your game, which makes the game feel like an actual, strategic RPG. Everything in this game leads up to the Elite Four, which are tough as heck, because they aren't just monotype gyms. Bruno has an Onyx, Laura has a part Psychic type Jinx that can cause some real trouble, not to mention Lance with his Gyarados, Aerodactyl, and Dragonite. That's 3 completely different typings on Pokemon. Oh, and just in case you thought that you were safe, nope, because once you beat the first Dragonite, motherfucker has 2 more. A bit of a side tangent, but I love the watercolor art style in Pokemon like promotions. It's very 90s, but it looks beautiful. I've seen some fan art of newer Pokemon in this style, and all I'm saying is that I would love if a future Pokemon game did this fun little thing, just as a cool little throwback. I mean, Pokemon's 25th anniversary is coming up kind of soon, is it? Yeah, it is, this year. I just think it'd be pretty cool. So throw in some excellent music, memorable characters, and of course, an extremely popular anime, and I hope you guys can see why I believe Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are the perfect Pokemon games. They have this weirdly nostalgic feeling, even for kids who grew up with later generations, and I just love these games. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. It tells me whether or not you may want more Pokemon video essays in the future, and I'll see you guys later.